All right, welcome back, sports fans. We're on our game 3 of 3 here over at foursquare.com field. As you know, of course, at this time, this is going to be the last game of our Idaho Rough Riders versus the Los Angeles Angels of Anaheim. We have a little bit of a different lineup here. I want to kind of go over just real quick here beforehand. And then, of course, give you kind of the update of who's hot, who's not, and what actually happened in between there and the games. So, Gary Dees, our senior, is going to be playing our shortstop. Don Baylor's left field. Vladimir Guerrero is going to come in on the right field there. Albert Pujols is our hot batter, actually, of this game today. He had a great slugging score. I think his actual, let's see here, OPS was 2,500, I think it was, which is fantastic. I think that's what it is. Yeah, 2,500 was fantastic, really. One home run, a double, and a single. Great game there for him. Tim Salmon's actually come in here for us and take up the DH spot. Bobby Grich is going to be second on the bag there, the second baseman. Lyman Bostic's going to be in center field for Mike Trout. He's played every game. It's good to give Mike Trout a little bit of a break there. I don't want to kind of run him into the ground, I guess you'd say, even though there's not really an injury chart, which I kind of wish they would have on the game here. I wish there was an injury result. I don't think there is, or I haven't seen it yet, but I kind of wish there was an injury result, but nonetheless, there was that. Jim Fregosi is going to be actually on third base. He has played third base, even though his card says just shortstop, but he does actually has played third base in real life. And then Brian Downing is catching there. The reason why Brian Downing is actually in the catcher's box there is because of the fact that Benji Molina, as I, of course, coincidentally, I'm talking about an injury chart, we actually rolled that during our game day preparation, that Benji Molina actually got an 8-game injury, which is really terrible, really, because we only have 2 catchers on our team, and then we're going to go into people who have no idea what they're doing in the catcher's box. So Brian Downing is actually going to be playing there, so the Incredible Hulk's going to be behind there, stopping the pitches there. And Frank Tanna is actually on the mound today for us. And what's great about Frank Tanna today is that because we rolled a till further notice card and check here for us, it was a control check, so it's going to be actually a double. So he's going to be double control till further notice, which is going to be great today because, well, as you can already imagine, double control, flash, and a semi-ace, he might be ready for some great action here today. So at this point, we're all set, ready to go. I don't think there's any other news besides that because of the injury. Actually, the other one was the cold batter, and that was actually Rod Carew. He had 0 hits the other game. In fact, he had 0 OPS as well. And that's an important stat for me, at least, because that combines your on-base percentage, which, of course, it combines your slugging as well, and also your, I guess it combines your on-base percentage and slugging together. That way you can see kind of, do they draw walks? Do they get on base for any reason at all? It's important because you want to see that. And Rod Carew just didn't have it last game. So I took him out, and that's why he won't be in the game. And I think Bobby Grich and Fregosi and Bostic are going to get their touches today to see how we're going to do. So we're on the third game. Let's get everything started. Everything's all set. Both teams will... the Angels are harmonious, they have harmony, and the Idaho Rough Riders are actually semi-harmonious. They're ready to bounce back from the 2-game loss. They know they were close, but then lost it for some reason in the middle there. So let's get the dice rolling here. All right, first to bat here is going to be Carter, as usual. I did sub out Rune Fregosi as their DH, so we're going to see how that works out here for us. But as we, of course, said, let's get it started. So 116. 116 is the pitcher fresh. Yes, he is. That's going to be a strikeout. It's been a long time since I've actually touched the the game here for a while. Been working on other projects while we've been going around here. Okay, next batter here. 134. 134 is the catcher gold. Let's check it out here. I'm not actually sure if Downing is gold or not. He's semi-iron, so he is not. Champion batter. He is. So a champion batter is going to be a bloop single to left field. Little line drive there. Single to left field there. Don Baylor behind it. Ray Alcantara with 1 man on with 1 out. 1, 2, 3 Usually a good one for a pitcher. Both flash, both fresh. Absolutely. That's a strikeout. All right, Ricky Guerra coming up here, 2 outs with 1 man on. Let's see here. That's a 2.56. 2.56 we have. Struggler, he is not. Champion or patient. He is semi-patient. Decider Eye says yes. That's a base on balls. So he's already got 2 men on. And, well, we'll see what he can do with Israel Garcia come up to bat here. All right, that's a 2.33 there. 2.33 tells us is the pitcher an ace or a star? He's semi-ace with the decider die saying yes, so it'll be a ground out to shortstop. And that'll end the inning there for us. Gary DiSarcina to Albert Pujols. All right. Let's get out players here. Gary DiSarcina up to bat here. 1-1-2. Going up against Chris Parrish, who's semi-star, semi-flash, and control. So, pretty good pitcher nonetheless. We shall see how he goes here. 1-1-2 says, is a pitcher flash? He's semi-flash with the decider eye saying nope. Sad sack batter. He is not. Check with scorer. Ooh, that's actually a first one. I don't think I've actually seen that. Safe at first base. Go to scorer microchart. So, that's actually really weird. I've never actually seen this before. Scorer. Oh, wow. Okay. Safe at scorer. Okay. All right. There we go. Yeah, so he's safe at first. Let's see how this one works here. Wow, I've never actually seen this before. Okay, 6 with the decider saying yes. That's an error. Charge to first base or third. All right, let's see here. So, error. So, hard ground ball probably. And he's a right-handed batter, so he's going to hit on an error to third base. Israel Garcia over to Guerra. Has on Israel Garcia that error. And now we're back to normal game. That's the first time I ever actually used that mini chart, so that was kind of cool. All right, here we go. Don Baylor, first time at bat here actually in this season, so we'll see how he goes. Let's see, 1-4-4. 1-4-4. Flash pitcher. He is semi-flash with a decider eye saying yes, but does he have the casual 1-4-4? Questionable or lenient umpire calls ball 4. Other umpires call strike 3. Today, Del, my favorite umpire, really, the name here is ridiculous. Del Sprinkle. Who would name their kid Del Sprinkle? I guess the last name you can't change, but Sprinkle's one heck of a last name. So questionable or lenient, umpire calls ball 4. So because the decider die has already been used in the 1-1-4 for patient, well actually no, 1-1-4 or 1-4-4. Previously I used it for the flash. I'm actually going to roll the decider die once more to see if he is lenient. And it does appear that he is lenient, so umpire's going to call ball 4 with Don Baylor there and put him on base there. So that's interesting. Lenient umpire in the back there. Puts Don Baylor on, and that's 2 on with 0 outs there. Next up, Vladimir Guerrero, 1-3-4. So the 1-3-4 here is the pitcher or the catcher gold. Let's check it out. Not many players are actually gold fielding here. He is not. He's normal. So let's see here. 1-3-4 gold catcher. Nope. Champion. He's semi-champion with the decider eye saying yes. So that's a bloop. It's a single, bloop single to left field there. So a line drive, or I guess, yeah, line drive single to left field. Looks like runners hold on flyouts, runners advance 1 base on hits, 2 bases on doubles. Active runners score from second base on any hit. Let's check it out. So DiSarcina, he is not active. So he's going to sit there with all the bases loaded there with Albert Pujols coming up to bat here. All right, that's a 1-1-6. Here we go. Is he fresh? He is. Albert Pujols is going to sit down there with a nice hard strikeout. All right, Tim Salmon, Kingfish here. All right, 3-4-6. 3-4-6 says, is the batter eager? He is not. He's semi-patient. 3-4-6 says base on balls, active steals. He's going to pitch. He's going to walk a man in there. And since he is stoic, he won't steal even if he could. So it doesn't matter there, even though he wouldn't have been able to because Guerrero's on second there. All right, Bobby Grich here, bases loaded, 1 out. 1, 2, 3. Okay, here comes the decide or die action here. 1, 2, 3, both flash and fresh. Decide or die says no to his semi-flash. That means we're going to go to a ground out to shortstop. And since it's a 1 here, it means it's going to be a double play. So we're actually going to see a nice hard double play here. So ball in play, ground ball, batter out on a double play to Klug, Lapham, and Guerra. And that's going to be, of course, well, it doesn't matter if Baylor's out there, so he's safe, but Salmon's out, so that's going to be 2 outs, and no one scored. Well, I'm not sure why that happened there. All right, guys, if you're noticing here a difference real quick in my thing, I was actually reviewing here. It took a little bit of time lapse. It might actually be instantaneously for you guys, but I was actually looking here at the ground ball base rules. Bases loaded, double play, runner third scores. So my actual Game Changer app, even though it's not really authentic with the game here, batter out, actually played it correctly. So Klug, Lapham, and Guerra keep going in. He is safe, Baylor. So Salmon's out, but they actually rule him safe. So he gets out. So there's two scores. That's a Bobby Grich, I guess you'd say RBI, I suppose. But nonetheless, that's the way it works. We'll play it as such. All right, up to bat here. Lapham, see if he can get his team back in order here. 2-2-4. 2-2-4 says to us, pitching at home. Yes, he is. So it's a pop out to shortstop. Frank Tanna is definitely pitching out at home. So batter out, popped out to shortstop. Bill Hammond coming up to plate. All right, here we go. So 2-3-5. 2-3-5. Looks like we got a, let's see, is the pitcher a wild pitcher? He is not. 2-3-5 is the batter eager. Nope. Ground out to second base. And it looks like if he's patient, which he's not, he would have actually drawn a walk. So 2-3-5 says he is going to ground out to second base there. So ground ball out first. Gary DiSarcina to Pujols. I wonder how this team's going to work together with each other with getting on base and working together like the last games. There was a couple of good chemistry teams that won those great 10-2 and 9-1 scores there. All right, 4-5 for Denny Klug here. 2-4-5 looks like it's going to be is he a hero card? He's semi. Decided I says no. Pop out to second base, and it's going to go to the player's experience chart. Let's see there. Fly to second base. Oops. Cancel that real quick here. Pop fly, second base. Here we go. And that is the end of the second inning for them. So we're going to go down to the bottom half and player's experience chart when Lyman Bostic is up to bat here. All right, that's a 36 or a 3-6 there for us. Looks like is the prospect pitcher. Is it a prospect pitcher? No, it's an icon pitcher. So it looks like he's going to fly out to left field. Probably a better pitcher there. So fly out here, pop fly, no pop fly. We'll say fly ball, batter out here to left field to Bill Hammond. All right, Jim Fregosi coming up to bat here with the normal sheet here. We'll see how he plays here as he's, of course, a little bit out of his ordinary, playing third base. Being asked to do that because Torrey Goss is still out with an injury until further notice. For 14 till the 14th game. 4-4-5. 4-5-5 says, is the pitcher a workman? Nope. Batter patient? He is definitely not. And so that means it's going to be a ground out to first base. So let's see here. Ground ball out first base. We'll say Garrett just kind of sweeps it up there and just tags him down there. All right. Brian Downing here coming up the bat. All right. That's a 1-2-2. Is the pitcher workman? He is not. Champ or whiffer? Let's see. He's a champion, but looks like he's a semi-champ, so it's going to be decided I saying no, and then it's a line out to third base. This is kind of the one part of our lineup that doesn't really cut it too much. Brian Downing and Jim Fergozzi just don't really do well there, and it kind of is a little unsettling that we have a very, very big part of our lineup that really just doesn't actually cut it for time-wise, I guess you'd say. I wish that we would actually do a little bit better and a little bit stronger there, even though they're great players. It's just a very strange part of our lineup that isn't very strong. All right, here we go. 256. 256 says to us, is the batter or a pitcher struggler? He is not. Champion or patient? He is neither of those. So it's going to be infield drama. All right, infield drama. We're going to look here. Okay, so that's a 2-6 here with the side saying yes. 2-6 is a second baseman gold. Let's check it out. Bobby Grich is going to be playing second baseman here today. And let's see what we got here. He is not gold, so 2-6. Asking for gold there. We don't get it. So 2-6 here. Looks like a solid single into center field there. So great shot there by Arun Ferguson coming up to bat for his first time in this season, I guess you'd say. So that's a single to Bostic there. And we're going to rotate over the top of the lineup there. Casey Carter coming up to bat there. Okay, let's get the infamous dice here for us. 1-2-5. We don't need this here. 1-2-5. We're looking at is he a batter or a pitcher struggler? Nope. Patient batter? He is. So that's gonna be a base on balls. Now 1-2-5. Questionable or strict umpire calls strike 3. He is respected and lenient, so he's actually respected, so or semi-respected. So he's actually gonna get a base on balls there. So that's gonna be 2 men on there, and base on balls. All right, Vince Hairston. Coming up to bat with 2 men on, no outs. This is a very scary moment here for Tana. You'd think that Frank Tana would be playing a little bit better here. 2-3-5. So 2-3-5. Looks like we got a wild pitcher. He's not. Eager. He is not an eager. And ground out to second base here. Looks like if he's got a patient, he's going to draw a walk there. He's a semi-patient, but the decider die says nay to that. So 2-3-5 is going to tell us he's going to ground out to second base. Now, when we're actually in a second, when we're playing with the 2 dice being the lead dice, with a man on first and second, it looks like it's actually a filler's choice, and the runner goes to third. So we're going to ball on play here. Ground ball, and we're actually in a filler's choice. Let's see here. It goes to second there. So Grich, DeSarcina, I apologize, and Carter goes out there. So he actually gets out there, I think it is. So 2-3-5, ground out, but it looks like it's a filler's choice. And so there's 2 men on, runners at the corners. Ray Alcantara up to bat. All right, with runners at the corners here, 2-2-3. So 2-2-3 looks like it's a pitcher wild. He is not. Slugger or utility. He is semi-slugger, but the decider eye says no. And then it's going to be a double to center field. Oh, this is a big one here. Now, the 2 asterisks there for us, we want to make sure we look real quick. Is he a home run king? That means it's going to be a home run. So we got to actually check that because he's a semi-home run king. This could be, folks, a 3-run shot that puts him above here. And it is. Wow. Rake Alcantara hits a 3-run home run right over center field. That is amazing. And I think Frank Tana is actually, or Tanana, yeah, he's really shocked, actually. I would absolutely be here. Does not make sense there when you have such a great pitcher up the bat, or up to a pitch there on the mound today. Might need a little walk to the mound there. All right, so Ricky Guerra is coming off the bat here right after that exceptional hit there. So 1-1-5, puts a little flash in there. So is the pitcher fresh? He is fresh. So that's a pop fly to choice of infield. So 1-1-5 with a red 5 here. We'll look at the fielder's choice here. Fielder finder with a red die. It's going to be a shortstop for the play there. So hit it up there. Pop fly out to Gary DeSarcina, who I believe is their base running coach. I think he's like their batting coach actually in real life. Israel Garcia. So 3-3-6. 3-3-6. Ace pitcher. He is semi-ace with the decider eye saying yes. That's a fly out to center field. And that's going to actually end the inning there for us. We'll join us up at the top of the 4th, I think it is, right after this here. All right, so it goes down there. Turn to the top of the lineup. All right, that's the first time we went through the lineup there. Wow, they've held us back down there for us. Okay, let's see here. Gary these are seen up to bat here. That is a 2-4-6. 2-4-6 tells us here is the pitcher have control. He does have control, so that's gonna be a ground out to the pitcher here. Ball in play, ground ball out. Parrish to Guerra. All right, Don Baylor coming up to bat here. All right, so that's a 5-5-6. 5-5-6 is the pitcher an ace. He is not. Sad sack batter, he is not. That's a double to right field there. And we're actually going to have to roll the die here, I think. Let's see here. Active steals. We actually don't, because if you look here, active steals, we haven't used the decider die, and we actually rolled it there, and he says it's not an active player, so he's not going to steal this time here. All right, so that's going to be a nice hard line drive, double to center field there. Nice job there, Don Baylor getting on base, showing us the base running coach there. All right, so triple ones there for Vladdy. With one man on, is the pitcher an ace? He is not. Is he a scrapper? He isn't. That is a home run to left field. There's another shot there. It's a 2-run shot, and looks like he's picking up right where he left off with his home runs. So Vladimir Guerrero picks one up there, right off of Chris Parrish. Now, Chris Parrish has given up 4 runs at this point. 5 runs is that magical number that kind of changes how the pitchers play. When we get there, we'll talk about it there. Next up the bat is our Pujols, looking for that next kind of game here. He is kind of hot right now. So 2-2-4. 2-2-4 says pitcher ain't pitching at home. He is not. Is the batter a slugger? He is. That's a double to left field. And home run legend. Advanced options, see rules. Let's check that out, because it's a pretty cool thing there for us. I believe a home run legend is actually something really kind of interesting here. All right, so home run legend. Over the course of baseball history, certain batters have established themselves as primary home run hitters. Generally, if a batter were to hit more than 50 home runs and fewer than 25 doubles, he would fall into this category. To better compare this type of batter, yada yada yada. On these charts, where the slugger hits a double, the home run legend, that is a batter with both a home run king and slugger quality, swing for the fence. Roll a decided die to get the final result, fly out or home run. Note that if the batter does not have the slugger quality, he does not swing for the fences on these two things. He must have both slugger and home run king's qualities. So it looks like the dude roll the decided die to see if he gets a home run or fly out. So let's check real quick here. On this, it's a 2-2-4. 2-2-4 says to us real quick, is he a slugger? He is. Decider die says he is a home run king as well, so he's a slugger plus home run king. We're going to have to actually roll the decider die one more time, with the bullet being, of course, home run, and the decider die blank, meaning that's going to be a fly out. Let's see here if he's going to actually 2-2-4, I guess you'd say, over to right field. He's going to hit a home run. That's a solo shot here. That's going to be a fly ball, home run, right over to right field. And that's going to be the 5th run there for us against Parrish, which is going to mean it's going to change up how he pitches a little bit there, which is a pretty good time to explain that rule. So the rule here for us, when we have 5 runs here, a pitcher that gets 5 runs on them, it loses all freshness at this point. No freshness at all, and he's actually turning into a semi-struggler. Once he gives up the 6th run, then he becomes struggler. So he's full-on struggler, so he's going to give up a lot of runs, and it's kind of something we got to look at, because this is something that goes on with him the whole game. So he's now no longer fresh. He's always going to be a semi-struggler at the very minimum. So it might be time to look at the bullpen here, as it is the bottom of the 3rd, to see if we can find a mid-reliever, as it might be something that we want to look into just to kind of help out, especially since they have a really good pitching staff here. So we'll see how it goes here with Tim Salmon coming up, 1 out, as we kind of play it along here. So 1-5-6. 1-5-6 says is the batter a whiffer. He is semi-whiffer, with it saying no to us on the decided die. So it's going to go over to the, I think it was infield drama? Nope, outfield drama. All right, outfield drama. Here we go. So outfield drama 35. 35, left field gold. Let's check that out real quick. So is that Bill Hammond? All right, let's check out Bill Hammond. Is he gold? He is not. So 35, let's check it real quick. 35, it's going to be a looping fly ball, drops into the gap for a double, and looks like a result. Roll the decided eye on decided eye saying yes. Results, iron fielder commits error, allowing batter to advance an extra base. Now, he's not actually an iron fielder, so that's not even really a thing we have to look into. So let's see real quick here. Fly out. Let's see here. 35. What is it, 30, 35? Yeah, I think it was 35. Looping up for a double. There we go, perfect. So we're going to see a nice hard line drive here. Our looping fly ball. We're going to give a fly ball to him. Give him that nice little shot there. So that's a double here to left field, and he should be good to go. And we're actually pulling up Bobby Grich in the team chemistry chart, which is really fun for him because they're actually harmonious. So this should help him out. So that's a 56 there. 56, let's look real quick. That's pitching team dissonance. They're actually not. They're semi-harmonious. So they're not dissonance, I can tell you that much. So that's going to be a strikeout. Very exciting here because now it's going to pull us to the next batter, which is Lyman Bostic. Now, Lyman Bostic's actually going to be coming from the Baseball Right Now chart. 14, cold batter. Let's check it out. Cold batter, he flied out to left field here. So a cold batter is considered cold or semi-cold if he struck out his last at bat. So he's not cold. So it's going to be a fly out to center field there. So ball in place. There we go. Fly out there. Too bad that his player experience hasn't been too good as of late. So, all right, Jim Fregosi is going to be the next one up bat for the Angels here. But in the meantime, we're going to go to Josh Lampham as we're going to the top of the fourth. All right, Frank Tanna trying to pass up a little bit of some numbers here, try to get a couple outs here with this double control that we haven't even called upon today. So 1-2-4, 1-2-4. Well, look at that. Would you imagine that? Control. He's double control, so that's going to be a ground out to shortstop twice. Man, my ears must have been feeling a little warm there because it looks like a ground ball out at first. Gary DiSarcina to Pujols. And would you look at that? Bill Hammond's going to pull up here, and he's going to also ball and play, ground ball out at first. DiSarcina's going to roll over there and push it over to Albert Pujols for out number 2. Denny Klug coming on up. That's the beauty of the major perk there. It looks like the team trainer was kind of correct about it. He is doing a little good here. 2-5-5. So 2-5-5 here. Is the pitcher a star? He is not. Let's see here. Home run king. He is not. He's a slugger, though. Fly out to left field. He needs to pick it up here if he wants to try to get that home run king trait there. So left field there. Don Baylor's underneath there. And we're going to the middle of the fourth. Okay. Jim Fregosi coming up to bat here. All right. So Jim Fregosi up to bat. Check it out. So that's a 4.66. 4.66, wild. He is not home run king or slugger. He is a slugger, and that means he's going to strike out there. I feel like Chris Parrish isn't doing half bad. Just the fact that our home run hitters are getting good lumber and good wood on the ball today. So he's just getting kind of I guess you would say, for lack of better words here, kind of a bad roll here when it comes to the way the rolls are coming here for those big home run hitters. 1-2-4. So 1-2-4 for Brian Downing. Let's see here. Is the pitcher control? He is. That's a ground out to shortstop. So ball in play, ground ball out at first. Klug to Guerra. All right, Gary DiSarcina up to bat for the second time here. Okay, 1-2-2. 1-2-2. Is the pitcher a workman? Nope. Champ or whiffer? He is neither of those. So that's going to be a line out to third base. Ball in play, line drive out to third base. Israel Garcia. That's going to be nice, quick 3 up, 3 down there for him. And we'll actually probably change the pitcher here after this game here. We'll warm somebody up and change out Chris Parrish real quick. But until the meantime, we're going to actually pull up with Ferguson here. He's doing pretty well for his first time playing here on the DH. 2-2-2. 2-2-2 states. Is he a sad sack? He's semi with the decided eye saying yes. That's a fly out to right field. Is he a whiffer, though? He is. So strong whiffer, of course, means he's going to be striking out instead of flying out. Casey Carter's coming out to bat real quick. Let's check out what he does here. 2-4-4. 2-4-4 is the pitcher an ace. He's semi-ace with decided eye saying yes. That's a fly out to center field. All right, so batter out there, fly out to center field to Bostic. Up to next bat, here's Vince Hairston. All right, so 3-4-6. 3-4-6 here says the batter an eager batter. He is not. So 3-4-6 is a base on balls with active stealing. So he gets a base on balls. And would you look at that? He is also active, so he's going to pitch one pitch, a strike there. We'll just give him a strike and then safe. And that's going to be a stolen base there for Vince Hairston. Nice job there. And we're going to be actually going to 3-4-5 is going to be 3-4-6. Let's see here to base on balls. And it's going to be a team chemistry chart. They're semi-harmonious, so we'll see how this works out for them. I don't know, I apologize. I rolled there for us, kind of got rid of the dice there. 2 dice only needed for this one. So 3-6 here. 3-6, batting team harmonious. Batting team is semi with the decided eye saying yes, so that means enthused batter knocks deep drive off outfield wall. Outfield wall. That's going to be a double. So it looks like double's going to be scored here for us. And I do believe with the 3 being the first base runner here, runners advance 2 bases on any hits. That's going to be a score there for sure. So a long fly ball double to center field. And that's going to score Hairston. Really, the runs are just coming in here. And there's no way of stopping them, really. Even though Tana's got some good strikeouts, and we'll see what happens here, see if we can get out of the inning, and then maybe we'll probably change him as well. So Tana throws the pitch here for us, and we're actually going to see a 2-4-6. So 2-4-6, control pitcher. He is double control, which means he's going to ground out to the pitcher, and too bad, too sad that wasn't, of course, with 1 out, because he could easily have used that to be able to get the whole side retired with all that jazz. So Ricky Guerra goes down here with the ground out, and Don Baylor's up next. But first, before we pull out Don Baylor here, I want to actually get a hold of our new pitcher here, because Chris Parrish will be substituted at this point. Definitely did some good work here, but as you can kind of tell here, he didn't do so well with the statistics here on his pitching. As we can see right here, he faced 19 batters, and, he had 5 hits and 5 runs, and 3 of them were earned runs, and 2 base on balls. Now, he did have 3 strikeouts, which isn't bad, but still that 30 earned runs there and 2 base on balls is kind of bad there. It doesn't really bode well when you have so many of those. So, let's check it out real quick here. We're going to toss this guy upside down to make sure I can let him know that he was played here for us. And so that when we play these guys next, and when we're going away, we'll play those guys last. We don't want to play with them same time. So, next one we're going to play with. So, already played with them. Have we played with Ross Nutter? I think I already have played with Ross Nutter. Mike Brusa, he is a starter RP, which means that he would be more of a mid-relief. I do like Yunel Encarnacion as a pitcher, so let's try Yunel Encarnacion. I don't think I played with him. I think I played with Jose Blanco. So we're going to actually start off here with Yunel Encarnacion as his pitcher. He's a flash and double control. So we'll see how that plays out here for us. That double control is pretty heavy, especially when we're trying to get some good shots there. We're only getting ground outs for multiple players. All right, so Encarnacion is up to bat here. All right, or up to pitch here. Now, let's see how Don Baylor does with the new pitcher. That's a 1-3-5. Unusual result. Let's go there. That's a 1 black there. So 1 black means it's going to be a ballpark quality. Very exciting here. We haven't had that in a little bit of time here. Okay, so that's a 2-5. Foursquare.com field up to the plate here. So 2-5 here. Small ballpark for a righty. That is not. So small ballpark here. Looks like it was caught near fence, left field fence. It's a fly out. Yeah, looks like that's a. Let's see here. Yeah, so it being a big ballpark here, got caught at the fence there on the right field there. which is or near left field. So that's a little bit different there for us. So batter out there, fly out to Bill Hammond, and Don Baylor almost got a home run there, which would be nice. Now Vladimir Guerrero, of course, had his big debut there with his nice 2-run home run, I believe, in the last one. I can actually verify that. Yep, he homered to left field and also singled to left. So he's been really pushing to the left side there pretty well there. 1-3-6, it says to us, is the pitcher ace. He does not have the ace quality anymore after the second batter. Is he a whiffer or cold? He is neither of those. So it's going to be infield drama. Let's go check that out. All right, 2-6 there, infield drama. Second baseman gold. Let's check that real quick with Lapham. I don't think he is gold. Again, like I mentioned, I don't think any of these guys are actually gold. Well, besides, I guess, Rooney Ferguson, which is pretty cool. He is not. He's just a normal there. So 2-6, batter gold. Looks like it's a solid single, and it's a center field. Say that's going to be a nice hard ground ball, and it's a single to center field. Hairston on, or Guerra on bat there. So that's going to be 2 singles there for him and a home run today. So 3 for 3. Our Pujols is up to bat now. So our Pujols got a home run in his second at bat and struck out looking. So we'll see if he can slug his way through this one. So that's a 4-5-6. So a 4-5-6 there is the batter patient. He is semi-patient, which means yes. So 4-5-6 base on balls. All right, that's 2 men on. With that walk there, 1 out. We're looking at a 4-5-6 once more with Tim Salmon. So 4-5-6 is the batter patient. He is semi-patient, but he doesn't get it with the decided eye. So that's going to be a fly out to center field. Fly ball out to center field. Hairston underneath it there. And we're going to go to the team chemistry chart here. Runners advance 2 bases. Everyone stays on fly outs there. So runner on third scores on fly ball. Okay, perfect. I just want to make sure we didn't miss anybody trying to advance for any reason. So team chemistry here for Bobby Grich. That's a 1-6 there. Batting team dissonance. That is not true there. So 1-6 there. It's going to be a base on balls. So it looks like our bases are loaded here due to the team chemistry chart. Got good eye there. And we're going to go back to here with Lyman Bostic coming up to bat here. He can probably show off to his teammates how well he's been here with this base on balls here. So 1-2-4. See if you can get a grand slam here. 1-2-4 is the pitcher control. He definitely is. That's a double control, which means, of course, it's going to be a double one of those, but there's only 2 outs, so he's just going to do 1 time. Danny Klug over to Guerra, and that's an out. End of the 6th there. All right, so let's check out real quick here on our end who's going to replace Frank Tanna, because he is getting to that point of I don't want to get him into the semi-struggler here. So we do have some relief pitchers here. Brian Harvey actually looks really good. Let's get Brian Harvey out there. In fact, let's do something that we haven't done actually before in a little while there. So Dean Chance was the last starter there. Great job by him. I remember that outing. That was really good. All right, Brian Harvey. Let's learn a little about him there. So, in 1991, Harvey was the Rolaids Relief Man of the Year, leading the junior circuit in saves. You know what they say about a Rolaids, man? I guess nice and cool. So, I don't know. I haven't seen a Rolaids commercial in a while. I remember as a kid, Rolaids commercials and advertisements were all over the place, but not a chance now. 46 saves, that was really good. 101 strikeouts and a 1.60 ERA. Fantastic score there. So let's check that out. So Brian Harvey's going to actually come in here. Let the Angels lead 5-4. Let's see if he can keep it going here at the top of the 6th here. So Israel Garcia up to bat against, let's see real quick. Gotta change that real fast. Change sub out there. And we're going to sub out for Brian Harvey. Okay. All right, perfect. Now we're all set. So that's a 2-2-5. So 2-2-5 is the pitcher's star. He most certainly is. That's a ground out to choice. Black 5, I believe, is the choice one there. Nope, it's going to be actually the second base. So it's going to be a line out, I think it is. 2-2-5. Yeah, ground out, actually. So ground out to Bobby Grich, Pujols, that's out. Number 1, Josh Lampam. So 166. A 166 shows us here is pitcher Workman. He is not. Is he a whiffer? Batter is a semi-whiffer with a semi saying no, he is not. So it's going to be a ground out to third base, going over to the player experience chart for the next batter here. So ground out to third base here. We'll see if Bill Hammond here is going to get any luck here with the player experience chart here. All right, a 1-6 here. It says an icon pitcher. He is not an icon pitcher, so let's see. It's going to be a batter connects, single to outfield. He doesn't have the delta rating there for us, so we're going to actually just kind of give him a single to outfield there. Single to outfield. And he's a righty, so we're going to actually have him hit to the left field there. And Bill Hammond's on base there. Back to the main charts with Denny Klug coming up to bat. All right, that's a 2-4-5. 2-4-5 with a man on there. Hero, he is a semi with no decided eye saying yes to that. So that's a pop out to second base to end the inning. But with that pop out, it's actually going to bring up the player experience chart for our next batter. So at the bottom of the 6th here, we're going to bring up Jim Fregosi. Okay, so Jim Fregosi pulling up here real quick. Grab some water real quick here. All right, Jim Fregosi here. Going into that here. 1-3-5. How's Jim Fregosi been going here? Struck out and grounded out. Kind of as expected. He's not doing so well with his batting. So 1-3-5. Let's see if he can get an unusual result. A good one here as well. So a 1 and then a black 3. So a black 3 is going to be a memorable play in the field. So let's see what happens here. All right, that's a 12. So first baseman gold. Let's check it out. So Guerra, are you a gold first baseman? He is not, so it looks like we're not going to probably see that really great play here. So it looks like it's a single, and it goes right past Guerra there. So I'm going to play a hard ground ball single to Alcantara down the line there. And he's going to be on first base there. I really can't wait to be able to use the highlight reel Z and Y. That's going to be very fun. Those are very rare plays, which should be really fun to see once they get played in, just like I had never seen a scorer chart, which is kind of cool too. All right, so Brian Downing coming up to bat here. He has lined out to third base and grounded out to shortstop. So he's kind of pushing or pulling the bat a little too much, it looks like today. So 3-4-6. 3-4-6 tells us. Let's see here. Is the batter eager? He is not. He's actually semi-patient. That's a base on balls with an active stealing. He is semi-stoic, so he's not going to do that. But he does get on base, which is going to help a little bit there. No matter what, if you get on base, I know this from Sabermetrics, the new statistics that everyone's kind of talking about now. The idea is to get on base. So if you can get on base by base on balls, it's just as useful if it were a single. No matter how away you get it, base on balls is the exact same. So it's kind of exciting that he gets there. Definitely is important to get on base no matter what here. So we're going to see here 1-2-6. 1-2-6 looks like is the pitcher fresh. Now Yunel Encarnacion has only just been in for the last inning. Actually, you know what? I just found it here. So it looks like relief pitchers are considered fresh for their first inning of action and semi-fresh for the second. Note that fresh does not carry over to the next inning for a relief pitcher. That is, if he enters the game and only faces one batter to the end of the inning, the next inning he is semi-fresh. So that actually is helpful there for us to kind of check that out here. Yeah, pretty easy. Yeah, not too bad. And this, of course, is the first inning, so he's going to actually be semi-fresh. So with the 1-2-6, kind of a long, drawn-out frisk there, so he's actually semi-fresh. He's not actually fresh there. So is the batter a sad sack? He is not there. So we can continue down here. Single past second base. And that's going to move us over into the next area here. But first, let's do line drive single to, what was it? Right field. yeah, let's see how the base running is on this one. Active runner on third, scores on flyouts, others hold. Runners advance 1 base on singles, 2 bases on doubles. Active runners score from first on doubles and from second on any hit. So it looks like Fregosi will be actually getting in there. So he will be on last play, getting in. Now Downing was on first, but he is actually Stoic and Iron, so Stoic will not actually push him on to the next play there. So we're actually going to go over to the baseball right now for Gary DiSarcina, or actually no, not Gary DiSarcina. He's actually one that hit an RBI there. So it's going to be Don Baylor here. Gary DiSarcina is kind of pulling out a good game for us there. Now Don Baylor is going to be going 2-6. 2-6 is the pitcher hot. Now the pitcher is considered hot if he struck out the last batter. He definitely did not do that there. Pitch misses, driven into right field for a base hit. So batter is going to nice line drive into right field there, Alcantara, and for a 2-6 calling there. 2-6, active runner on third base scores on flyouts. Runners advance 1 base on singles, 2 base on doubles. Active runners score from first base on doubles and second base on any hits. So Downing's going to score there on last play, and DiSarcina, I believe, is actually just normal, so he's going to stay there as well. So that's actually 2 earned runs against Encarnacion. I'm going to say that he's going to have to give out one more batter. If he gets another batter on base there, he's going to actually be pulled. Even though he's got great stats, I don't understand sometimes these pitchers just don't have good games, just like Tana already. 1-3-6. So 1-3-6 is the pitcher an ace. He is not. As a whiffer or cold. Let's check out Guerrero. I apologize for not having that there. So let's see here. 1-3-6. Is he a whiffer or cold? He is neither a whiffer. Let's see if he's cold. He's single to right field, so he's not cold. So it's going to be infield drama. All right, infield drama. Here we go. 2-6 is the second baseman gold. I think I already looked at this here. I don't think Lapham actually is. Let me just check one more time. He is not. He's regular there. Alright, so he is going to be a solid single into center field. I believe I actually played that 3 times today. So it's going to be a hard ball, single into center field. Now with a 2-6 on infield or out. So if the player goes on, let's look at the mini base running rules. 2-6. Active runner on third scores on flyouts. Runners hold. Runners advance 1 base on singles, 2 base on doubles. Active runner scores from first base on doubles, from second base on any hit. So let's check real quick here. Gary DiSarcina is not. So he's just normal. He's just going to be sitting on third base with the full count here, or not full count. Bases loaded. And we're actually going to probably pull Encarnacion real quick. Let's check the stats just to make sure we're kind of on target there with what we're looking at. Pitches per inning. We're not looking for that. We're going to look for pitches per inning, PF, PPF, pitches per batter faced. Just kind of try to see if we can find some good information, a good stat that kind of helps us out. Percent of batters on or out in 3 pitches or less. That's not really important to us. The advanced stats don't really help because we don't actually track a lot of things, like for instance strikeouts and other ideas like that. We don't actually track those. All right, FIP. Let's check out FIP real quick. That's a good one there for us. So FIP is going to be the fielder independent percentage. So if you look, 12.38. 12.38 is really bad. You want, I think, I think it's below 1. I think it is for a FIP. As you can see, the lower and better the batter or the player is pitching, the lower the better is. Because what they do is they try to take with FIP, they try to take away as like a standard. So across all the metrics there, depending on how you are, how are you doing comparative to in another situation. So if you could just put yourself into as a pitcher into another pitching team with different players on the team, you would be able to use FIP supposedly and know, okay, this pitcher has such and such amount of say or activity in regards to the game, and this guy's got 12.38, so he's doing terrible right now, and so that's why we're going to take him out. Just not getting the rolls, absolutely not getting the calls out, because he's got 1 out and bases loaded at this point. So we're going to pull him out there, and we're going to put on Flawless Larry Lawless, I think, because I definitely feel like we need to get him out there, because he, of course, as his name implies, he's flawless, so we'll see if it can come down to it there. And thank you very much there, Yunel Encarnacion. You've now given up, I believe, 2 runs already there, and your team was close to getting close there, but unfortunately, looks like they're getting even further away. So Vladimir Guerrero is not that batter. We're going to sub out Encarnacion, and we're going to go get Lawless here. We're not going to get Lawless. We're going to pull out Flawless Larry Lawless here. All right, so Lawless Larry Lawless is here. Albert Pujols is up the bat here, so 144. 144 says, is the pitcher Flash? He definitely is. That's a strikeout. Now, if we look 144, questionable or lenient, because he's semi-lenient, and Decider Eye says yes, I feel really bad because it's really just not fair, because Del Sprinkle is kind of screwing him over. But yeah, he's going to actually walk the batter in, and that really, really sucks, because he's going to call ball 4 there, and I absolutely take it and put that score absolutely onto Del Sprinkle's plate there, because unfortunately, I hate that name, Del Sprinkle. It just makes him makes him sound so ridiculous. How could you ever take the umpire seriously like that? Just kind of makes the game different, but nonetheless, that's what this game's about. A little bit difference, and even a great pitcher like Flawless Larry Lawless, he does get a little bit ruined here. So Tim Salmon up to bat here. Enough of my complaining about the game, or not the game, but Del Sprinkle over here, which I believe I'll be scribbling out there and trying to take him out there. So is the pitcher a workman? Nope. Is batter a whiffer? He's semi and doesn't get that one right now. So it's going to be a ground out to third base. Now, if you have it says right here, with the bases loaded and running with a 1 die, it's going to be a double play, but the runner on third scores. So ball in play, it's going to be a ground ball, and that's going to be a ground batter out, double play. Garcia, Lapham, and Guerra. So he's going to be safe, and he's going to be out. So that's going to be 2 outs with a score there, and it looks like we only have a 1-man on at this point. So Bobby Grich is up to bat here. All right, so 2-4-6. 2-4-6 is the pitcher control. He is, so that's going to be a ground out to the pitcher. All right, so Lawless going to pitch over to Guerra there and get him out. Lyman Bostic going to be at the bat for the next one there, bottom of the 7th, but until then, we're going to actually meet up with Ferguson, who on his first game here is actually single to center field, and then he's, of course, struck out looking. So it's not too bad. Really not that bad at all. But we're going to actually see how Harvey's doing here when we check. Okay, let's grab the dice here real quick. Rune Ferguson. All right, that's a 4-4-6. So a 4-4-6 tells us star pitcher. He is ground out to second base. So it's going to be a ground ball out second base. Bobby Grich, our Pujols. All right, Casey Carter. Casey Carter, 155. 155 tells us here, is the batter a home run king? He is not. Fly out to center field. Could not get that good ball on there. So it looks like it's going to be a fly out to Lyman Bostic. And Vince Hairston's going to get up into bat here. Top of the 7th, 2 outs. 4-5-5. All right, 4-5-5. Looks like it's the pitcher Flash. He's double flash. So strikeout. Unless, of course, he's got a good eye, which he doesn't. So that's going to be a strikeout. I believe that's his first strikeout today. And that would have been a double because he is double flash there. So he would have gotten that, but unfortunately, it is the end of the inning. And we're going to meet up with Lyman Bostic with Flawless coming back in. He's going to be semi-fresh on this inning here. Hopefully can kind of cool down a little bit after that debauchery of a inning there last time. So 1-5-6 here. 1-5-6. Let's see here. Whiffer, he is not. Outfield drama, it looks like we're looking in the outfield here. See if there's any Angels out there. So 1-2. 1-2. Right field iron. Let's see. Alcantara is actually gold. So 1-2 there. So it's a routine fly out to Alcantara. So fly ball, batter out, fly out there to Alcantara. He's going to run in and grab that there. So Lion Bostic, Jim Fregosi's up to bat here. Let's check it out how Jimmy is doing today. So he singled, struck out, and grounded out. What do we know about Jim Fregosi real quick? It looks like Fregosi was the last player to retire who was a member of the original Junior Circuit franchise. Pretty cool. He was .277 average that year. Not bad. Not bad year. So 2-3-5. 2-3-5. Looks like is the pitcher wild. He's not. Eager batter. Nope. Ground out to second base. And he's not patient, so he's not going to get that extra help there. So ground out to second base there. All right here. So we got Brian Downing up to bat here. All right, Brian Downing. 2-4-5 or 2-4-6, I mean. 2-4-6. Does he have control? He definitely does. That's a ground out to the pitcher. So this is kind of what I expected real quick here from Lawless. Catching all these good little bloopers and grounders with that control. Probably had a really good curveball. Nice little sinker. Kind of gets the ball on the ground there. And keeps the batters questioning while they're getting out there. So pretty exciting little pitcher there. All right. So Ray Alcantara here. Let's check it out real quick here. All right. Ray here. Let me check real quick how many batters faced Brian Harvey would do normally. This is what I kind of do, so I'll show you real quick here. So Brian Harvey, I'll check on here. Since I actually never watched him, I didn't really know how many batters he would face or how he would come in. So let's go baseball reference. So let's check real quick. This is where I'll go. I'll go to baseball reference here, which then, of course, will show us some good news. This is a great little site here. Now, full career stats is where you're going to look here. We're going to want to see all the stats. So if we click all here, that'll actually show us here. So batters faced. Let's see here. Batters faced is right there. So batters faced were, for his entire career, which was 9 years, but when he was with California, doesn't matter, we're just going to say 9 years there. So batters faced would be 1582. So 1582 would be how many batters faced he'd have there. Let's check real quick here. So 1582. And let's check on one last thing here. Innings pitched. Batters faced by games. So let's see here. Games. So we're going to look for games. So 132. We're going to do a little quick thing here. So what was it again? I kind of forgot real quick. I know it sounds a little tedious, but it is just because I don't know 100% exactly. So 1582 is what we're looking at. So 1582 divided by, and we'll see kind of his average batters he faced each time he would come out. So games, so 322. So 322. Oh, geez, 322. So it looks like he faced about 5 batters. So let's see how much I've screwed up his average on my end here. I don't think I actually helped out too much here. So let's see. Stats. Pitching. Harvey has faced 7. So that's not bad. So it's right around there. So we can actually pull him out real quick here because he's already over the thing there. So we say thank you to Brian Harvey for helping us out here. But we're going to start the next inning with another pitcher, which will kind of keep us in the right area here. We're going to have Troy Percival come out for the game here. Well, you know what? No, let's not have Troy Percival come out. We're going to have Scott Shields come out. Scott Shields can come out here, and we'll put him in there. Brian Harvey, there we go. Okay. Scott Shields can come out. I believe this is the second time we've actually pitched with Scott Shields, so we'll see how he does this time around, as I don't think he did too well the last time. I think we actually had to change him out. So, all right, Ray Alcantara is going to try to see if he can tack on the 5-run deficit here, try to help out. So 2-4-6 against Scott Shields. 2-4-6 is the pitcher control. He is not eager or side sack. Neither of those. So 2-4-6 is a base on balls, active steals. He is active, so he's going to get a base on balls here. 3-4. We're going to give him a strike just for funds. And a stolen base. Ray Alcantara gets that stolen base there. No outs, and 1 man on. 1-4-6. Let's check it out. Is the pitcher flash? He is a strikeout. The eye says good eye. He does not have a good eye, so he's going to strike out there. Israel Garcia. 1-5-6. It's a 1-5-6 here. Whiffer. He is not. Outfield drama for Israel Garcia. So 33 with a decided eye saying yes. 33 is left fielder Gold. Let's see if Don Baylor is a gold outfielder there. I don't think he was. He was an iron, so not helping the cause here with that 33 and no. So looks like it's a single and it's a fumbled pickup. Batter to second base on error. Ooh, this is a big play here because it's actually going to bring up to our base running rules here. So single. So let's go real quick here. Do a nice line drive single, I believe, right? Fumbled pickup, batter to second on error. So it's a single. Okay, Don Baylor. Oop, and then, oop, no. And then Garcia, safe on fielding error. So it's going to be on Don Baylor. And then on a single with a 33, base running says to us, runners advance 2 bases on any hits, which Alcantara was on second. So that's going to be a. It's going to be. Let's actually count. Let's draw back just a little bit there. Alcantara's going to then single, or he's going to get through on that last play. Then Garcia is going to come in on a fielding error by Don Baylor, and that will actually make sure we have all the right stats. And we're going to actually go over to, after all of that, we're to a player experience chart here. And Lapham is going to be the one that's going to be up there for the player experience chart. So, ooh, that's 1-2. Icon batter, he is not. So, otherwise, it's a strikeout. So, right back to it, and we're going to go baseball right now for Bill Hammond. Scott Shields is the pitch here, 5-6. 5-6 is the pitcher hot. Yes, he is, because he did just strike out a batter. So he shows his best stuff. Retires side, alternating groundouts and shallow flyouts. Well, it's only one here, so we're actually just ground out there, ground ball. And since he's a righty, we'll say he grounded out to Gary DiSarcina to Albert Pujols, and that's going to be ending the eighth, the top of the 8th there. So Gary DiSarcina is going to come up to bat here, and Lawless, I think, has faced enough pit batters here to where I don't feel like he'd be actually able to do so anymore. Batters face 6. Yep, let's take him out here, and because he's going to lose that semi-fresh there, and we'll get in a new pitcher as much as we can here. Let's try and see if we can get in a new pitcher, as Jose Blanco played the last game. So let's try getting a different pitcher out there. Ross Nutter, I think. Let's see. Jerry Ray, he did terrible, so let's not touch him. Mike Barusa. Oh man, I wish I could do Jose Blanco. I could push him out there, but it'd only be for 1 inning. So let's do Jeff Stillings. He could probably do a little longer because he's a relief starting. He does have that semi-workman, which is not good. You don't want that. But flash and control, very good having those there. But we're going to actually go real quick here to Gary DiSarcina. I think I already played. Yep, I already played the baseball right now because I was a hot batter or hot pitcher there. So Gary DiSarcina is up to bat here, bottom of the 8th here. 1-2-6. 1-2-6 with a new pitcher. Is he fresh? Definitely is. Line out to second base. That's why you always want to have it there. You always want to keep an eye on there, how many pitch counts they have there. Helps you out a little bit when you're trying to keep them in the same time frame of how they actually average there. At least that's how I learned. It's kind of exciting to see if you can go a little further than normal, though. Alrighty, here we go. So 1-3-3. 1-3-3 is the batter a slugger. He is not. So a fly out to left field. Not so sure about why that one is different, because he's a home run king, which is great. So still, I guess, a fly out to center or left field there. Batter out left field there. So Don Batter flies out there. Vladimir Guerrero having a pretty good game there. Single, home run, single to left field. So you can see the spray there, which is pretty cool. Oop, I believe the blue one didn't actually roll there. So 1-1-4. 1-1-4 is the pitcher fresh. He definitely is. So that's a ground out to shortstop, and actually gets Vladimir Guerrero to do something he hasn't done all day, which is actually get out. So that's the good thing about having a new pitcher. So Jeff Stallings comes in and does exactly what you're supposed to do. 1-2-3 inning. Denny Klug here, top of the ninth. Not their best stuff here with the last inning. We'll try to savor a little bit of this series here. So 666, a pitcher and ace. Nope. Sad sack, he is not. Deep drive, glove, question mark. All right, let's check that. Let's see real quick. Gold outfield has chance to make catch. Go to glove micro charts. Let's check it out. I guess we have to check and see if he's a gold glove. And let's check real quick here. So deep drive, glove. Oh, let's check this. Glove. Let's see here. So micro chart glove. All right, let's see which one we're having a call on here. It's going to be one of these guys for Denny Klug here, who is the one at bat here. All right, that's a 4. Gone. It's out of here. That's fantastic. Wow. Very cool. That's really cool. All right, so gone. It's out of here. Hits a home run here. He's a both bat. Well, I usually like to say he always bats left when they're batting both here. So batting left there is going to be a home run. Batting left's going to hit you onto the right side there. So that's a 1 run there. Rooney Ferguson up to bat here. Let's check it and see how it works. 1-2-5. 1-2-5. Is he a struggler pitcher? Nope. Patient? He is not. Ground out to third base. And is he a whiffer? He is. So that's going to be a strikeout. I believe that was the second strikeout of his day here, which, of course, lends it to the fact that he's a whiffer, because he's going to be doing a lot of whiffing, I suppose. A 1 out here. 9-6 here. Triple ones. Is the pitcher an ace? He is not. Scrapping batter? Nope. Wow. Home run to left field. Scott Shields has now let up 2 home runs. So, fly ball, home run to left field there. And we're actually going to get out Scott Shields here. Do a lot of pitching changes. This is not good for our next game, because we're not going to be able to utilize a lot of these pitchers here. Let's actually check that out real quick here. So we've actually used Brian Harvey and Scott Shields. So we're going to put them in the back here right before the closers there. I don't want to touch the closers, as they are, well, they're the closers, so you don't need to touch them. K-Rod and Percival. And we're actually going to bring in the, let's see here. I know I like K-Rod, but I do want to have Troy Percival get out there. He was quite exceptional and very dear to my heart there, with my childhood. Watching the World Series, the fantastic World Series against the Giants. So, all right, Troy Percival's going to step on in, sub out here. He's going to try to go for the save, which is actually kind of interesting, because we thought we had this game all but in the books, essentially, with 9 runs. 1-2-5. 1-2-5. Struggling pitcher? Nope. Patient? He's semi-patient with a yes. That's a base on balls. But if you look here, 1-2-5, questionable or strict, he's lenient, so that's, well, he's semi-lenient, which doesn't matter in this sense, so he's base on balls here. So Troy Percival is not helping his cause either here. Getting the base on balls on that first one. All right, so here's the tying run is on base at this point here. So 5-3-5. So 3-5-5. Let's check it out. 3-5-5. Pitching struggler. Nope. Champion. Nope. Ground out to second base. Let's see real quick. Is the whiffer batter strikes out? He's a semi, but doesn't have that. So he's actually going to just ground out to second base. Oops, I got the hiccups here, which isn't a good thing here. I'm trying to record the last inning. But as you can see here, let's check out how the fielding goes, because this actually changed here. Filler's choice on ground out. So he's actually going to filler's choice. So ball in play, ground ball, filler's choice, Bobby Grich to D. Sarcina, and that'll be a filler's choice with Hairston out, but Ray Alcantara gets on. So two out, and one batter on. 2-3-5. Let's check it out. See if they got a chance here. Is pitcher wild? No. Is he eager? He is not. Ricky Guerra, let's see the last one. Ground out to second base. Now, is he patient? He is not. He's semi-patient. That would have drawn a walk, but instead, he's actually going to ground out, and that will be the game, folks. It looks like Troy Percival will actually catch the save here, which absolutely makes no sense as to why we would have needed a save with 9 runs. We were winning 9-4, so it looks like we've ended the game here. And actually, it's ended the game with a series of the Rough Riders. So we definitely want to thank the Idaho Rough Riders for coming on out over and playing against us here. We'll actually be playing against a new team here, and you'll see later on in the game the preview for that game, which is going to be very exciting here. Let's check out real quick the scoring here. Game over. Winning pitcher is going to definitely be Tana. He left when we were winning, I believe. Yeah, he was. Yeah. Losing pitcher will be Parrish. Yep, unfortunately. Save will actually be Percival. He's going to actually get the save there. No blown saves because no one actually gave up the run there. So we're finalizing the game real quick while it thinks about it. Exit game here. We're going to try and see if we can get the fun story at the end here, just so we can see that real quick, which will be kind of fun to see the little thing here. So a 9-7 Rough Riders victory. Very cool. So a 9-7. Los Angeles defeats Idaho after late game single, 9-7. So Los Angeles outlasted Idaho on Wednesday after 6 lead changes, squeaking out a 9-7 win at Foursquare.com field. Los Angeles finally managed to grab the lead after a strong 6th inning. Los Angeles went up for a good on a RBI single by Gary DiSarcina off Yunel Encarnacion, scoring Jim Fregosi. Los Angeles staved off Idaho as Idaho was unable to match Los Angeles down the stretch. Idaho scored on a RBI single by Israel Garcia in the 8th inning and a solo home run by Denny Klug and a solo home run by Casey Carter in the 9th inning. Despite its efforts, Idaho couldn't get over the hump. Vladimir Guerrero racked up 2 RBIs on 4 hits for Los Angeles. He homered in the 3rd inning and singled in the 1st, 5th, and 6th inning. Frank Tana got the win for Los Angeles. He allowed 4 runs over 5 innings. Tana struck out 3, walked 3, and gave up 4 hits. Chris Parrish took the loss for Idaho. He lasted just 4 innings, walked 2, struck out 3, and allowed 5 runs. It didn't take long for Los Angeles to answer as it scored 3 runs of its own in the 3rd. Los Angeles scored on a 2-run home run by Guerrero and a solo home run by Albert Pujols. Now, I believe, after reading this, Frank Tana does get the win because he hit the 5th inning. I think the rule for wins is 5 innings. If not, I'll change it on the end, but I believe it is they have to get to 5 innings, and then as long as their team is winning by at the end of that inning or that time, they get the win. So I think Frank Tana definitely gets the win, even though he definitely doesn't deserve it because he definitely didn't play very well. But again, guys, I want to thank you for another opportunity to play History Maker Baseball with the all-time Angels franchise season replay of course, sorts, like I always like to say. But again, we will see you next time for the next series. It'll be a 3-game series in a new stadium, new team, and we'll see how it goes. And I'll see you in the bleachers.